medley, including Grace Shebel from Wolfpack Elite, Virginia native, junior world finalist in this event. And Rowdy, she's flanked by a pair of Canadians here. Lane 3, it's Bailey O'Regan, the 16-year-old from Canada who trains at Sarasota Sharks in Florida. And Emma Finland, another Canadian, alongside in lane number 5. She swam for Canada at Junior Pan Packs and also at the Open Water World.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to see some good international swimmers here at this meet. And of course, Shebla, who has been so spectacular during her brief career, still only 19 years of age, as you mentioned, World Junior Final. She has the fastest time by far of anybody in this group. Joey Dixon had the fastest time. She was a late scratch.
Angela Kadori taking her spot there in lane number 2. Also got Gracie Wyant, another Sarasota Sharks swimmer, there in lane number 1. We'll see her big sister Emma coming up in the 8 final, which will also feature Summer McIntosh. That should be a highlight duel between 2 of the 3 on the podium in this event in Budapest earlier this summer.
Good chance to talk about the Olympic trials coming up in about 18 months in Indianapolis. First time it's not been held in Omaha since 2004. Can't wait to get to that incredible city and go into that football stadium and see about 25, 30,000 people in the stands. It's going to be fantastic. But we talk about the trial cuts. Not easy making the Olympic trials. It's not like you just show up and say, here I am, now give me a pass to the Olympic Games. You have to qualify for the trials. They take the top 2 swimmers in each individual event to move on to Paris at the Olympic Games. It's been that way since 1984. And this cut here, Jason, 4:49.89 to make the big dance in Indy. Right now, the top qualifier, Grace Shebel, was 4:54.8. So that's kind of the sweet spot, I think, for maybe the top 3 or 4 swimmers, I think, in this B final to make the trial cuts.
Good battle right now there. Shebel Finland separated by about 3/10. You've been impressed with the times you've seen through the first couple of nights of competition thus far?
Yeah, you know, things are going to start ramping up. Every meet we go to now until we get to Indy is going to be an opportunity to see faster and faster times. We've seen that internationally here in 2022, and we're going to continue to see that over the next 18 months. And, you know, this is, as I've said the last couple of days, you want to end the year on a good note because it's not necessarily the end. It's really the kind of beginning of another big journey. And somebody like Shebel, who, you know, is 19 years old, is in a monster event for the United States. It's just... it's not for the faint of heart. I said the sport's not for the faint of heart. The 400 IM for women is definitely that. 5 of the 9 fastest swimmers in the world come from the United States. So if you want to even think about making the Olympic team, my guess is you're going to have to be 4:31, 4:32. That's really, really fast.
That certainly is the case. Nice duel developing here in this B final in the 400 IM right now, and those 2 have been the lead 2 all the way, trading back and forth. The teenage Canadian Finland now inching ahead as we set up for the freestyle finish.
Yeah, much faster than they were in the preliminaries, so looking right on track to certainly go faster than this morning. And this is, again, when you take these 2 swimmers and they're kind of going head to head, they can see each other. That's really important. And then you've got, well, we talked about Emma Wyant, and then her little sister, 17-year-old Gracie, is down there in lane 1 giving a little bit of a chase.
She will follow her sister to Florida as well, and you see her starting to pour it on down there in lane 1. Big time freestyle thrust here from Gracie Wyant, try to close the gap.
I don't think she's going to close the gap with Finland. There's no doubt she's not going to chase her down.
Might get there for second. Emma Finland, though, surging ahead And taking the win here in the B final, impressively for her, 4:48.65 is the time for Finland, and that's a new personal best for her by 5+ seconds.
She's got to be really happy with that time. Not only is that a PB, but even though she's Canadian, that does qualify for the U.S. That time would have qualified, the only one that would have qualified for the U.S. Olympic trials. She won't have to worry about that.
You see, furious charge from Wyatt, just about a quarter second short of second place. But Emma Finland taking the first race victory of the night here in the women's 400 individual medley B final. Here comes the field for the championship affair, the women's 400 IM final. Katinka Hosu still holding down the world record, the Iron Lady. Summer McIntosh, well, she's a teenage titan. Earlier this summer at age 15, youngest world champion at over a decade, won 2 golds at the Worlds in Budapest, including this race, and she set it in world junior record time. Rest of the field here, including 15-year-old Chloe Kim from Scarlet Aquatics in New Jersey in lane 1. Michaela Mattis, Sarasota Sharks in Florida. Good event for the 17-year-old, second of the 800 free, third of the 400 free already at this meet. Catherine Hazel, the Canadian from North Coast Aquatics in California, will swim at Cal collegiately. She's in lane 3. Then it's McIntosh there, center stage, lane 4, top qualifier, best in the heats by a bundle, about 4.5 seconds. Emma Wyatt, Olympic silver medalist from Tokyo, bronze at the Worlds in June in this race. Second best in qualifying, she's in lane 5. Alexis Yeager from the University of Tennessee, 5th in the 200 IM, the 24-year-old, will swim out of lane 6. Natalia Almeida from Brazil won the B final of the 200 IM at this meet. 25-year-old there in lane 7. In lane 8, 15-year-old Avery Klamfo of Swim Mac Carolina. They're ready to get after it. And Emma Wyatt, one of 2 Americans on the podium in this event in Budapest. The other, Katie Grimes, who took silver. And now Wyatt, we'll see if she can close the gap on the world champion, who's right there in lane number 4.
Take your mark.
Now, based on Summer McIntosh's 400 freestyle, I don't think anybody touches her. Nobody's going to come close to her in this race, and it's a young field too. I mean, you've got 5 teenagers, but young teenagers, 17 and under, including, as you mentioned, a couple of 15-year-olds in here, and Summer McIntosh only 16, and by far the best butterflyer in the group. She outsplit everybody this morning by 4 seconds going out, and she's doing the same thing here in the finals. Look at that, just blasting out that quick time to get out so very fast. Became the 3rd fastest performer, Jason, last March when she went 4:29. Only 5 swimmers in history have ever broken 4:30. And of course, she's 3rd. Hosu and Yishi Wen from China are just ahead of her. Wow, she's out quick. Jason, 59 plus. Good gravy, that is fast going out. Wow.
Rowdy, we saw her duel with Katie Ledecky in a thrilling race here in Greensboro in the 400 free. Ledecky out touching her to win by 800ths. But she's starting to garner the same type of notice as Ledecky, would you say, around a similar age, Rowdy, north of the border in Canada?
Great comparison, Jason. You really get a feel that she is, she's kind of got that noise that Katie was making in 2012 and 2013. She's been doing the same thing. I want to go back to that fly for just a second. She was 59.40 going out. That would have been 3rd in the individual 100 fly. We're going to see a little bit later on. That's how fast that first 100 was. Listen, 4:29.1, fastest time in the world this year. That's Summer McIntosh. Second is 2.5 seconds behind that. That's Kayla McCune from Australia. United States loaded in this event, no doubt about it, including Emma Wyatt. There are 4 other Americans ranked in the top 10. She is 2:08.2. She's actually ahead of world record pace at the halfway point. Now, I can't imagine her having this kind of momentum the second 200, but she is having one heck of a race right now.
Remember, for her, a sensational swim she put together again this summer to win that world title, and getting after it again here. Summer McIntosh continuing to charge and dust the field right now here, the 400 IM.
Yeah, this is the breaststroke leg where Hosu was so good, and this is where she falls off. McIntosh was ahead at world record pace there, and now she's 2 seconds behind world record pace. That's how good Katinka Hosu was on her breaststroke leg. So she won't be breaking any world records here, but boy, she is going to have one heck of a time. Again, her lifetime best, third fastest performer in history, 4:29.12. Will she be chasing that down?
Turned 16 of age, or 16 years of age in August, and continues to tear it up when she hits the pool. And Summer McIntosh with a resounding win here, cruising her way towards the finish to freestyle, as she is just way away from anybody giving chase here and making this a Ledecky-like route.
Yeah, and you know, you look at somebody that's way back, you can't even see it. You're right, it is Katie Ledecky. As we have to get our cameraman, that's Emma Wyatt way back there. Emma Wyatt was the 6th fastest swimmer in the world this year. She won the silver medal at the World Championships. That's how far behind she was.
Well, for everybody else, not only in this event, but the others that Summer McIntosh is swimming, you're on notice, because this teenager is
not going anywhere.
The goods.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere. I mentioned Emma Wyatt winning silver. She actually won the bronze. Katie Grimes won the silver medal.
And Wyatt, again, winning Olympic silver in Tokyo.
Wow!
And that swim. And the record here for Summer McIntosh. What a phenomenal race to deliver another world junior record.
Wow. She's 16, dude. Oh my goodness. 4:28.61. That is just off the second fastest now performer in history. Another youngster, back then the 15-year-old Yishi Wen, 4:28.4. So she is right there, world junior record, and it all started off with this butterfly. 59 plus on the way out. Has a fantastic backstroke. Huge lead here. No looking back. Nobody even in the same picture as she was, and that's not even a halfway point. That's 150. Falls back on the breaststroke. Imagine what's going to happen, Jason, when that breaststroke improves, gains a little bit more strength, gets a little bit more out of that kick behind her. She makes that little bit of improvement here in the next 18 months. That world record is going down.
Summer McIntosh so strong in taking the win. Again, new world junior record for the teenage Canadian who trains here in the U.S. And Summer is with our Kira K. Dixon.
All right, Summer, that 4:28.61 is a new world junior record. When you hear that, what are the emotions that come to mind?
I'm really happy overall with my race, and it's still pretty early on in the season, so I don't really know what to expect going into it. This is the first time racing a long course this season, and I'm really happy with that.
I'm sure one would be really happy with that. The words that Rowdy kept using up there were, wow, she's just going out so quick. Wow, wow, wow. And speaking of wow, you've gone up against the likes of Katie Ledecky this whole year at just 16 years old. What are the lessons that you've learned so far?
Well, there's always so much to learn with every race, good or bad. And coming off even heat swims, there's always something that I need to improve on and kind of implement into the final. So I'm just going to continue to keep improving and working on all the little details.
We continue to look forward to watching you race. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a way to start off day number 3 here at the Toyota US Open Championships. Coming up next, our victory ceremony for that women's 400 IM. Please welcome the athletes now for the victory ceremony in the women's 400 individual medley. To present the awards, please welcome the Vice President of the Greensboro Sports Foundation, Demp Bradford. Bronze medalist from North Coast Aquatics, Catherine Hazel. Silver medalist, swimming unattached, Emma Wyant. Your gold medalist, U.S. Open champion, 18 and under U.S. Open champion, and with a new U.S. Open meet record, U.S. Open record, and World Junior record from Sarasota Sharks, Summer McIntosh. Congratulations, Summers.
Again, B final action coming up, men's 400 IM, and you look at this field, including Ivan Piskovich from Team Santa Monica in California, 6th in the 200 IM at this meet. Josh Parent from Bluefish Swim Club in Massachusetts, the 18-year-old, was 5th in this event at the U.S. Open last year. Athletes working their way towards the blocks.
Didn't talk about Olympic trial cuts. These swimmers, the top echelon here, will be certainly going for those times. Leskovich, the top qualifier, 21 years of age, went 4:25.7 in the morning. The cut here to make it to Indy at those trials, 4:25.19. Got a couple of swimmers in here that have that chance to be one of the first. Remember, the trial cuts first start here. Could not have made the Olympic trial cuts before this competition. So from here on out, over the next 18 months or so, you'll be able to make those times at any sanctioned long course meter championship meet.
Well, we've got a ton of teenagers here in this field, all but one under the age of 20. That includes the youngest performer, Sean Green, right now from Long Island Aquatic Club in New York, 15-year-old there in lane 2, second best. Deja Knapp from Sarasota Sharks in Florida, lane 5. Looking like he's starting to inch out a little bit in backstroke, but here comes Green. And he roars on by in lane 2.
Talking about all these young swimmers really reminds me of how much, you know, the USA Swimming Foundation, I've been a proud ambassador to that for the last 20 years or so. And talk about the mission of saving lives and building champions, of course, impacting communities. That's what they do when they start these swimmers so young. We We want to really teach them how to be water safer in the water early on. But since 2004, $8.5 million has gone to provide education and water safety materials and training to over 1,200 swim lesson providers around the country. So when you see these young swimmers out here, this is sort of the end product of what the foundation is all about, trying to get more kids in the water.
Well, the kids of the water right now are continuing to excel. Pretty good race here in the B final, men's 400 IM. In green, lane number 2, still ahead, Knopp in lane 5. And Butterfly, maybe a half a body length the advantage right now. Puskovich in lane 4 tried to step it up too and thrust himself into the podium conversation. Kyle Brill, lane 6, swims at UC Santa Barbara right now. That proud gaucho giving chase as well.
And this is a case sort of like what we saw with McIntosh. Green, so young, 15 years of age, so he doesn't have that strength that you really need, that power, that great explosion you need in breaststroke. So he's going to fall back a little bit. But once again, once he grows up and grows into that body, his breaststroke, just like Summers, is going to improve dramatically. Turns 16 in March, and trust me, this young man will be very, very tough as he gets a little bit older.
Awesome breaststroke session there for Kyle Brill to thrust himself to the point. Puskovich there in lane number 4, giving chase now as we're well into the start of this freestyle finish.
Yeah, Brill up there for Rose Bowl Aquatics. Then you've got Santa Monica, a couple California clubs going at it here, these top 2.
Puskovich going past, up by 3/10 as they turn for home. Josh Parent getting into 3rd position right now in lane 3 for the 18-year-old Bluefish Swim Club in Massachusetts.
Well, he's the oldest by far in this group, Puskovich, and maybe that little bit of experience will pay off here with a win.
Yeah, the 21-year-old going to sail his way to the wall and take the victory. Green does hang on there for 2nd, 3rd to Kyle Brill, and 4th to Josh Parent.
Yeah, but all 4 of those swimmers, the top 4, all qualified for the Olympic trials, and Puskovich goes just off his best time, but almost 2.5 seconds faster than the trial cuts, where all 4 of those swimmers will end up making it. Good swim for Sean Green as well, the young 15-year-old.
And new personal best for Kyle Brill there by about 1.5 seconds to get him in the 3rd position in this 400 IM B final for the men. Championship affair in the men's 400 individual medley. Michael Phelps, still the world and American record holder. Chase Kalish, same youth swimming coach as Michael Phelps, and now reunited with Bob Bowman. New training base for Kalish out at Arizona State. And Kalish looking strong, winning the 200 IM already at this meet and leading the field here in the race he won Olympic gold in Tokyo, the 400 IM. Sean Grisham in lane number 1, silver medalist in this race at the 2019 World University Games. Hector Rubalcaba, 2019 Pan American Games finalist in this race from Mexico, representing Aggies Swim Club. Baylor Nelson, also at Texas A&M, freshman, strong 2nd behind Kalish in the 200 IM here in Greensboro. There is the now 28-year-old Maryland native, top time in the prelims by about 1 second for Kalish. Landon Driggers, swimming now at Tennessee, set a new personal best in both the prelims and finals of the 200 IM, where he finished 4th. New personal best now in this race too, qualifying 2nd. Brandon Almeida from Brazil. He'll be in lane 6. Then you've got Cedric Bessing of Germany, 2021 European Junior champion in this race. 19-year-old swims at the University of Indianapolis. And Steven Steverink, World Junior silver medalist in the 400 IM. He's had a pretty good meet so far, 3rd of the 800 free, 5th in the 400 free. And there is Baylor Nelson, runner-up of the 200 IM, already at this meet, and he gets another chance to test himself against the Olympic gold medalist from Tokyo in Chase Kalish.
Take your mark.
I talked to Chase. He came up and visited us in the booth a few minutes ago, and just, you know, the guy just looks so relaxed. An Olympic gold medal will do that for him. It'll take a lot of pressure off, and it was so much fun in Tokyo summer before last, where he came up to the booth and gave us a big hug. He's hugging Michael's up there with us. Gave us big hugs, and Michael and I we're saying, dude, you're going to be an Olympic gold medalist for the rest of your life. And he couldn't believe it. It was just a big thrill for me, actually, just to see he and Michael kind of have that moment together. And it was a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed Chase's company. Just a great young man, great young representative. I say, he's 28 now, but great representative for USA swimming.
Great start for Kalish here in the butterfly. It's interesting, the link between those two, of course, is Bob Bowman, and
right.
Kalish making the move to go back and train with Bob. We asked him, is he the same as he was when you worked with him as a kid? And he said, absolutely not. He's in a different place, I'm in a different place, and like you said, it's been fun.
Yeah, and I've always said that really the critical piece of being a successful swimmer is being happy. Not all the time, but consistently. You have that consistent contentment to being a part of this sport, because it's not a sport that's an easy sport. So, but if you're happy, you're going to be successful in the long run. And I think that really shows what Chase showed in the 200 IM earlier when he won that going away, and it's close to a best time. And then, you know, just swimming right, you know, this is a good example right here, Jason. Look how easy he looks, building a good, solid lead. And he said, you know, I asked him, are you going to keep swimming this 400 IM? He said, yeah, I am. You know, I'm having fun with it.
Well, he does have maybe the ultimate training partner right now, and the guy that doubled up at the Worlds, much like Chase did in 2017 when Leon Marchand did it. The young Frenchman goes to school at Arizona State, trains there, won both of them this summer in Budapest. You get to see where the competition is right next door.
Yeah, and when you have Leon Marchand, who is really, many picked the next great IMer to go with a Phelps and a Lochte and a Kalish. That's great to have him right in your own backyard to make sure you're keeping an eye on him. And if you're going to beat the best, you got to do it in training, and that's what he's doing right now. He's swimming against the best in Leon Marchand.
Carson Foster, of course, representing the United States quite well with his silver.
That's another guy that's not here, but boy, Carson Foster, another one. 4:06 last summer. He became the 8th fastest performer in history. Kalish is still in there in that 4th fastest performer in history. 3:10 right there at the 300 mark. Looking just really easy. Said his back's bothering him a little bit, but nothing to write home about. That's the most important thing that we talked about when he was up here with us, Jason. He said, the most important thing for me going forward, obviously, is to be happy, but to stay healthy. If I can stay healthy, then, you know, the sky's the limit for me, because I'm swimming as good as I ever have in practice and in meets.
Just like so many other sports, athletes extending their careers here. Kalish, a couple of years away from turning 30, and right around that age frame when he gets to Paris in 2024. Right now here in Greensboro, just cruising along here in the 400 IM. See what the clock says when all is said and done. It's going to be an impressive double up of titles here at the Toyota US Open for Chase Kalish. Olympic gold medalist from Tokyo takes the crown here in this race in North Carolina. Second place going to Baylor Nelson, again, the 19-year-old with another runner-up finish. Third to Landon Driggers, who closes strong to get on the podium here at the US Open too.
You know, to do that at 28, first of all, the 400 IM, in my opinion, the most difficult event in all of swimming. To go the 7th fastest time in the world this year. He already has the 3rd fastest time from the World Championships, but you know, he just looks so good. I talked to him about going out fast in the 200 IM earlier in the meet. He did the same thing, going out quickly at the halfway point here. He's really shown some great early midpoint speed, and this is his go-to stroke. This is, I mean, he's swimming the 200 breaststroke a little bit later on in the meet, and this is the stroke that really has been his bread and butter, to borrow an old phrase. And he goes into a great freestyle leg, just burying the rest of the field. And these some great swimmers here. Baylor Nelson having a great swim at 4:18. Another guy that broke 4:20. What a swim for him. But Chase Kalish was the man and is the man.
New championship record in this event at this meet for Chase Kalish. Wins by over 8 seconds, and he's standing by with Kieran.
All right, Chase, yesterday when you lowered your own US Open meet record, you told me you were surprised by the time. Tonight, you once again set the US Open meet record. Are you surprised?
I think it's the same as the 2 IM. I really had no expectations in that, but I think that was kind of a sloppy race for me. I just really didn't get into it from the beginning and struggled to carry momentum on my breaststroke. My first 50 of freestyle was a little all over the place. Kind of figured it out a little bit better on the second 50, but I don't know, it just felt a little off today, and that's just kind of how it is sometimes.
For those watching, it seemed like it was quite an easy cruise to the end there. I know you said that you figured it out towards the last 50 there, but what are the positives that you take from this race?
I got one under my belt. Other than that, I mean, that's going to hurt for me every single time, and it certainly did there, but I got one under my belt. It's December 2nd now, so it's a pretty decent time, but like I said, it just, you know, something just felt a little off tonight, so I'll talk with Bob and we'll reevaluate everything.
I know that you'll reevaluate and you start looking at 2023. What are going to be the main goals for you as you reevaluate with your coach, Bob Bowman?
I think ultimately is pull the most out of training and while staying as healthy as I possibly can. I think that's really my only hurdle is staying healthy, keeping my body healthy, being able to keep going to practices, giving my max. So that's my main focus so far.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
High standards there. Certainly should be for an Olympic champion. Chase Kalish winning another US Open crown here at the Toyota US Open. The Toyota US Open brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. By Phillips 66, providing energy, improving lives. And by USA Swimming Fan Shop. Don't forget to check out fanshop.usaswimming.org for the latest USA Swimming gear, a Fanatics experience.
Once again presenting the awards, please welcome the Vice President of the Greensboro Sports Foundation, Demp Bradford. Bronze medalist, University of Tennessee, Landon Driggers. Silver medalist, Texas A&M University, Baylor Nelson. And your gold medalist with a new US Open meet record time of 4:10.09 from Sun Devil Swimming, Chase Kalish. Congratulations, swimmers. Also recognize that our 18 and under US Open champion was Steven Steverink of Brazil, finishing 7th overall.
Arthur Albiero, head coach at Louisville, and a couple of his student athletes swimming. They're also known as his kids. Daughter Gabby, son Nick, both coming up in the 100 fly A finals. We'll see the B finals to begin. And you look at the field of 8, including Tess Howley from Long Island Aquatic Club, lane 4, 17-year-old headed to Virginia.
Pretty simple here. Get trial cuts, you got to break a minute. 001's the cut, but that barrier of a minute is a very important barrier for these swimmers here in the B final. Trying to break a minute to get to those Olympic trials in Indianapolis.
Leah Gingrich, the veteran at age 32, still swimming strong down in lane number 1. Trying to play catch up right now. Anna Bamer, Michigan recruit from Solo Aquatics in Massachusetts, the 17-year-old leading, but here comes Howley alongside.
27.9 on the way out, a little bit faster than she went in the prelim. Bamer right there in lane 5, and you're right, it's kind of shaping up for the B2 swimmers. Can they both get under a minute here?
Pair of 17-year-olds headed to college powerhouses in the future. What a duel here down the stretch at the wall. Howley will sneak in there to win it by about 0.2. Great race. Leah Gingrich ends up in a deadlock with Mimi Watts from American University there in D.C. for 3rd.
Yeah, very tight coming down in there at the end, and Howley just gets ahead of her with that white cap. A little bit better extension into the wall.
Get a look at the results. Super swims there in the B final, and Howley takes the win. Time now for the final of the women's 100-meter butterfly. Sarah Sjöström, the Sweden world record holder, and the American record held by Tori Hust, the world champion from earlier this summer. Regan Smith, world record holder in the 200 backstroke, world champion in the 100 back. She's got fly pedigree as well. Olympic silver in Tokyo in the 200 fly, and the top qualifier here in this 100 fly final. The rest of the competitors, including Lindsay Looney, Olympic trials finalist in the 200 fly from Tokyo, was 4th in Omaha. She'll be in lane number 1 here. Kylie Wilhelm, 6th at the World Cup stop at Indianapolis in this race in November for the 17-year-old from the state of North Carolina. Beta Nelson was the overall World Cup champion in that short course series this fall. 3rd fastest in the prelims here in this race. There's Regan Smith already taking the title of the 200 IM at this meet. Top time of the heats by over a second. Gabby Albiero, race winner in the 50 free already in Greensboro for the 20-year-old from Cardinal Aquatics. Erica Pillais was the runner-up to Albiero in the 50 free, the 16-year-old from Eagle Aquatics in Florida. Charlotte Hook, freshman at Stanford, world junior bronze medalist in 2019 in the 200 fly. And Tristan Ouellette from Cardinal Aquatics at age 20, rounding out this field in lane number 8. Arthur Albiero, coach at Louisville, looking on. His daughter Gabby, Rowdy, no matter where she's raced this fall, duel in the pool for the U.S. against Australia, collegiately for Louisville, she has been going fast.
Yeah, improving every single time she gets in the pool. And of course, Beta Nelson, who has just had an incredible fall here. Versatility that she has shown, but I think this all boils down to Regan Smith. Just from the prelim alone, she was out faster than anybody else in the first 50, and then she came back faster than anybody else. So she showed that speed going out very early. The only one that really, I think, can match the speed with her is Beta Nelson, but can she come back on the second half against Regan Smith?
The Right now, Smith, lane 4, ahead of both Nelson and Albiero, who are both within 4/10.
Yeah, 27-1 on the way out, about half second faster than anybody else. Great underwaters for Reagan Smith, better than anybody else in the field. Her best time, 57.3, and you've got another 57 plus, and Albiero right above her, but again, this is all Reagan Smith right there in the middle of the pool.
Unbelievable underwater, propelling her to an even bigger lead, and Reagan Smith gonna walk it to the wall for the title here at the U.S. Open. Gets it done, Reagan Smith, 57.65 seconds the time, about 3/10 off her lifetime best, and the big win here by over a second in the women's 100 fly.
Just a fabulous swim for Reagan Smith. Can't wait to watch her continue this comeback, so to speak, of moving to Arizona State, swimming for Bob Bowman, out quick, as I said. There's 27 plus going out, 27.1. She's really shown a lot of speed here in Greensboro, and then she comes back, again, faster than anybody else. 30.4 on the way back. Nobody else even broke 31. So she really put together the entire package of a race that you need to have in order to win this against this stellar field. Albiero, Nelson, right there with her at the end, but she's the only one to break 58.
All right, Reagan, another incredible performance for you tonight. How would you describe this race?
I think it was a great race. It was a great field, and I really wanted to try and get out a little bit quicker than I was this morning, and I think I did that, and I just really wanted to bring it home as strong as I could also, because I knew, again, like I said, I had a great field with me, so just wanted to make it a great race.
Last night, Chase Kalish described you as a beast in training. What is it like getting to train alongside him, and why does he call you that?
He was so sweet for that. It's really a blessing swimming with him and so many other amazing guys and girls every single day at practice. We've done some really, really insanely hard stuff, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And having that group, it pushes me to be my best every single day, and I'm so thankful. And yeah, swimming with Chase is awesome. He's been so great to me.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Reagan, Kira, thank you. A look again at the results. Reagan Smith again with the victory. Nelson, Albiero, Pillais there in the top 4, with Charlotte Hook coming in 5th. Reagan Smith again utilizing her stroke effectively and taking the win here in the 100 fly at the Toyota U.S. Open.
We direct your attention now to the awards podium area for the presentation of the victory ceremony in the women's 100 butterfly. To present the awards, please welcome the director of the Greensboro Aquatic Center, David Hoover. Bronze medalist from the University of Louisville, Gabby Albiero. Silver medalist from Wisconsin Aquatics, Beta Nelson. And your gold medalist, U.S. Open champion from Sun Devil Swimming, Reagan Smith. Congratulations, swimmers. We'll also recognize that Erica Palaz of Eagle Aquatics was the 18 and under U.S. Open champion, finishing in 4th position.
Back here at the 2022 Toyota US Open, more B final coverage for the men's 100-meter butterfly, including Coleman Stewart. He'll be in lane number 5, bronze medalist at the 2019 World University Games in this race for the veteran from the United States.
Take your mark.
Great backstroker, obviously. World record holder in the 100-meter short course backstroke. Just talked to him on the deck, and I was teasing him about how many people love that mustache he's got. I said, "Dude, you know, Mark Spitz won 7 gold medals with a mustache. You should keep it." He said, "Hey, listen, my wife likes it, so I'm going to keep it." I love it. I love what Coleman's done in the sport, and he's a great representative as well, and still going strong at 24.
Spencer Daly right now cruising along in lane number 2, but has some competition right now, namely Coleman Stewart charging hard there in lane number 5.
Yeah, looking good right now. You know, he said, "Listen, I'm not at my best here at this meet, but I'm here to swim." And right now, he's going to win the B final.
Certainly will, and gets it done by 4/10 the win for Coleman Stewart as he takes the win here in the B final.
Yeah, that would have been 6th seed going into the finals. He put together nice splits right there. 24/7 showed that little flash of speed like he did when he broke that world record in the 100 back last year, and then 28-1 coming home. Nice job.
Well, big-time Olympians roll in with tiny microphones and make the deck at Junior Pan Packs weird for everyone. Zach Harding, Leah Smith asked the hard-hitting questions on USA Swimming's Tiny Mic series, now showing on YouTube. Here comes the field of the men's 100-meter butterfly. Caleb Dressel, still the world and American record holder. Zach Harding, Olympian for the United States in Tokyo in the 200 fly, 6th at the 2019 Worlds on the 100 fly, and the top qualifier here by about 4/10 at the US Open in the 100 fly. Leonardo Dedu from Brazil, 3-time Olympian for his nation, 6th in the 200 fly at the last Olympics in Tokyo. Josh Liendo, world bronze medalist this summer in this event, along with the 100 free for the Canadian. Now swims collegiately at Florida. Nicholas Albiero, NCAA champion in butterfly during his college days at Cardinal Aquatics. There's Zach Harding, the top qualifier in lane number 4. Alongside lane 5, Luke Miller from Wolfpack Elite, 20-year-old, ready to get down to business. Musin Adilbek from Kazakhstan. He'll be racing in lane number 6. Personal best for him coming in. Eric Fries, Olympian for Germany, swims at Florida. He'll be in lane number 7. And Tyler Sesvold, Alabama swim alum, he'll be in lane number 8. Nicholas Albiero and his sister Gabby already going strong in a final here in the 100 fly, and now he's chasing victory. See if he can get there. Harding again looking strong in heats.
The only guy to break 52 this morning in the heats was Harding, 51.99. That's just off his lifetime best of 51.8. The guy that really has been known throughout his career as a 200 butterflyer, has kind of moved back down a little bit to the 100. And like so many others, shown a little bit of speed here. A lot of it tough to beat this guy though. Josh Liendo, the bronze medalist at the World Championships this past summer. He's got speed too, right there with Harding. Actually, Harding was in the lead at the 50.
Leando trying to have a great back half. Of course, the Canadian women have been on parade internationally doing great things for a number of years. Leando really starting to bring the hardware home for the Canadian men's division. Leando, though, maybe fading a touch in lane 2. Coming on strong is Luke Miller, coming with a phenomenal finish to take the win. Impressively by over 4/10.
Sure was. We kept looking at Leando and Harding, and back and forth they went, and then just Miller kind of snuck in there the last 15 meters or so and said, hey, listen, I want to join this party. That's a great swim. Best time ever for Luke Miller, 20 years of age. What a great swim. Here it is, Leando, Harding, and Miller all right next to each other. You knew the three of them, being the top 3 seeds, were going to have a great race. No doubt about it, but you just kind of had a feeling that with Albiero in there, I don't know, you just felt like it was going to come with Albiero and Leando. But Luke Miller just hung in there. He was 4th at the 50. He was 24.6 at the 50. He was 4th and then moved up, and then right there at the end, charged, as you said, to the finish, Jason, and won this race with a PB. Great job for Luke Miller and the Wolfpack.
Of the 20-year-old overtaking the reigning world medalist and a guy that's been to the Olympics in Leando and Harding respectively, and the winner is downstairs with Kira.
Luke, a personal best for you. What was going through your mind as you were going down those last 15 meters to get to the win?
I really surprised myself this morning. Figured I'd just see what I got. I'm not used to the long course yet, so we're still working on it. But it's good to be here.
Speaking of working on it, you have a great support system at NC State. Just describe the community that you have there.
I mean, we're a family. All of us, we all work together for the same goals. Really helps having people just as dedicated as you around you. So.
Well, I hope you take the time to celebrate this. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Luke Miller having himself a career swim. Big reason to celebrate. Yeah, you're the man, at least in this race here in the men's 100 fly.
We now go to the awards podium area for the victory ceremony in the men's 100 butterfly. To present the awards, the director of the Greensboro Aquatic Center, David Hoover. Bronze medalist from Cardinal Aquatics, Zach Harding. Silver medalist, University of Florida, Josh Leando. And the gold medalist, U.S. Open champion in time of 52.06 from North Carolina State University, Luke Miller. Congratulations, swimmers.
This holiday season, everyone's favorite swashbuckling, fear-defying feline is back. On December 21st, DreamWorks Animation's Puss in Boots: The Last Wish arrives in theaters as Puss discovers that he has burned through 8 of his 9 lives, and getting those lives back will send him on his grandest quest yet. A return to Greensboro Aquatic Center and more B-final coverage here, the women's 200-meter freestyle. And a look at this field, including Trina Bellio, the young Canadian, swims at UCLA. Finalist already in the 400 and 800 freeze, 7th in both at this meet. And routing in lane 6, Camille Spink showed some speed, 3rd in the 50 free for the 18-year-old out of Nation's Capital Swim Club in Virginia.
Coached by Jeremy Lin. You might know that name, Olympic gold medalist back from the 96 games in Atlanta.
And Spink with that sprint speed, racing out to the lead here. This opening 50. Julia Burrows from Tennessee Aquatics, 2nd best right now. And then it's Emma Atkinson from Virginia Tech in lane 5, holding down 3rd.
2:00:89. Olympic trial cuts in this event. Nobody close to that this morning. Could see a little bit faster times here and some swimmers that might be close to it. Very close tight race here at the halfway point, right? 0.2 of a second separating the top 4 swimmers.
There is a wall of swimmers right now here vying for the lead, including charge down lane 1, Reagan Osborne from LSU there in Louisiana, trying to see if she can get up into the conversation, fading back just a touch. Right now, Atkinson looking like she's inching ahead in lane 5.
4 Aussies rated in the top 10 in the world this year, and yet the United States, with only 2, Ledecky and Aaron Kimmel, won the 800 freestyle relay at the World Championship this past summer. We awarded the Golden Goggles Award as Best Relay of the Year.
Well, Spink, who started off strong, battling back here. Atkinson still in the lead. Spink coming hard in lane 6. Atkinson trying to hold her down. Bellio firing 2 to the wall. Spink will come back and get the win by 0.16 of a second. Nice victory for the 18-year-old to get the win here in the B.
Yeah, and even though she has a best time of 1:59.8, she's the only one in that group that actually went under the trials cut, so she can check that off the list. Got that done. Got off to a great race there. Tight all the way through. 0.16 of a second separated those 2 swimmers.
Again, great race. Spink able to come past Atkinson down the stretch and snare the win. Kayla Wilson there from Stanford in 3rd. Bellio out of UCLA in 4th. There is Katie Ledecky, 7-time Olympic gold medalist, in the Marriott Bonvoy Ready Room. One of those golds coming in this event in Rio. New training home for Ledecky down in Florida, and Kira seems to fit her like a glove.
Well, Jason, speaking of gloves, this might look like a regular surgical glove, but it actually serves as a really important training tool, at least for the Florida Gators. Now, this is a brainchild of Coach Anthony Nesty. They've been using surgical gloves in training for about the last year or so, and one of their assistant coaches explained to me how they do this. Essentially, swimmers in practice will swim with the gloves on, which doesn't feel that great, and then once they take the gloves off, he says it feels amazing. You feel like you're swimming faster, more on top of the water. You notice things about your hand positions and you feel more connected to the water. And once you're done with training, well, what do but fill them up and throw them at one another, something I think that Bobby Fink excels at along with his swimming.
Kira, thanks. Field coming out here for this women's 200 free final. And boy, Katie Ledecky, everything kind of fits for her throughout her swimming career, Rowdy. Again, already won the 400, the 800 free here at the U.S. Open, but the 200 free for her this summer, she put up a time that would have won the world title.
Yeah, at the national championships, you're right. And even though she is the Olympic gold medalist in this event from Rio back in 2016, this event has always been a little dicey for her.
Rest of the field here, including Kevin Gormson, future Virginia Cavalier, fourth at the U.S. Nationals this summer at a Long Island Aquatic Club. Then there's Lily Nordman from Stanford, semifinalist at the U.S. Nationals this summer in this race. She'll be in lane 2. Leah Hayes, world bronze medalist in the 200 IM, second in that event here at the U.S. Open for the 17-year-old from Fox Valley Park District Riptides in Illinois. Then there's Ledecky, top time in the heats by 1.2 seconds for the swimmer from Gator Swim Club. Erin Gemmel, Nation's Capital Swim Club, U.S. national champ of the 400 free, and the runner-up to Ledecky this summer at Nationals of the 200 free. She's in lane 5. Brooklyn Douthright from Canada, swims collegiately at Tennessee, 19-year-old in lane 6. Addison Sawicki was 9th in the 400 free, winning the B final at this meet with a 16-year-old from Sarasota Sharks in Florida. And Sally Foley sporting the Duke cap, the 20-year-old native of Delaware, there in lane number 8. Erin Gemmel, same swim club as Katie Ledecky at Nation's Capital Swim Club. Her dad, Bruce, was Katie's longtime coach at the youth level. And boy, Erin, Rowdy, is clearly carving a path in the water for herself.
Yeah, she's not only following her dad's footsteps, who was a fantastic swimmer in himself, but her brother Andrew, former Olympian himself in the distance freestyle, 1500. Great swimming family. But I think everybody's chasing Katie here on this one, and boy, Erin Gemmel definitely needs to work on her start a little bit. Dead last going into the water, 0.88 on the reaction time. But Gemmel was the lone American other than Katie Ledecky to be ranked in the top 10 in the world this year. She was ranked 10th at 156.1, and the United States won that 800 free relay at the World Championships. And one of the big reasons, obviously, Katie Ledecky, but also Erin Gemmel, who just has had a wonderful year here and still only 18 years of age.
And right now, Gemmel right there with Ledecky. She's above Ledecky in lane 5. Katie kicking it a little harder right now to try and get a little separation, but Gemmel's still right there.
I don't see it though, Jason. It's not the separation that we've seen Katie get. You get a little bit there, you know, all of a sudden you go dead even at the 50, and now only a couple of tenths though separates those two swimmers. I like the way Erin Gemmel's kind of going out for it. If she's going to end up beating Katie Ledecky one day, she's got to do it on the front half. It's hard to come back against Katie when she has a big lead, so she's going to get out after her, and she's trying to do it right now.
Right now, Ledecky trying to get a little more distance between her and Erin Gemmel, but still going to be within striking distance is Gemmel against Ledecky. The lead now about a half second. Leah Hayes trying to hold off everybody else right now for third as Ledecky looks to bring it home.
Boy, they are still swimming really well. The best time for Erin Gemmel's 156.1. That's what she's chasing. She just needs to keep racing Katie Ledecky. I don't think Katie Ledecky's going to get beaten here in this 200, but she's going to pull Erin Gemmel along to a great time.
Well, they went 1-2 in the 200 free at Nationals this summer, and they do it again here at the U.S. Open. Ledecky's time, 156.74 seconds, and Gemmel, 157.16, the win for Ledecky by about 4/10.
A little shake of the head there by Katie. I don't think she's going to be happy with the time. Erin Gemmel off her best time as well, but these two swimmers right here, you're going to see them a lot over the next 18 months as we head to Paris and the U.S. tries to defend that world title at the Olympic Games in Paris. They are pretty much dead even. Sort of like Erin Gimmel said, you know, if Summer McIntosh can do this and take it to Katie Ledecky, I'm going to try to do the same thing. And she did for as long as she could. She ended up only 42/100ths of a second behind Katie at the end. And, you know, when Katie's been 154 plus this year, you know she's not going to be happy with a 156 plus. But still, that's, you know, that's what we kind of expect from Katie. Now we expect that perfection almost every time. Really unfair, but a great swim.
Third win of the meet for Katie Ledecky, and she's with Kira.
All right, Katie, you had a nice little battle there with Erin. What are your takeaways from tonight's race?
Oh, that wasn't very good for me. I just didn't feel super sharp today, but I kind of knew going in I was just going to have to gut it out, and Erin had a great swim and pushed me all the way, so hats off to her.
Any reason for not feeling super sharp today?
No, I mean, it happens. Everyone has bad days. I have bad days all the time in practice. So, you know, you just got to roll with how you feel, and it doesn't matter how you feel. You got to get up and race. So this time of year, you just got to learn from each swim.
And speaking of how you feel, last night you told me that you love the sport more and more every single year. If you think about the swimmer that you were back in 2012, when you were the breakout performer of the year, to who you are today, what is the difference between those two loves?
Oh, I just love the process. I think more and more every year. I mean, even crummy days like today, I know it's just part of the process, and I don't think I maybe had that perspective when I was younger. So I think I've grown a bit in that way, and every year I learn more and more.
Well, we learn a lot from you as well. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Katie, Kira, thanks. Katie Ledecky still finding ways to win here in the prime of her career. Ledecky given chase by Erin Gimmel, but able to hold her off for another win in Greensboro.
We now direct your attention to the awards podium area for the presentation of awards in the women's 200 freestyle. To present the awards, please welcome the event coordinator for the Greensboro Aquatic Center, Angel Morrison. Bronze medalist from the Sarasota Sharks, Addison Sawicki. Silver medalist and 18 and under U.S. Open champion from nation's capital, Erin Gimmel. And your gold medalist, U.S. Open champion in 156.74 from the Gator Swim Club, Katie Ledecky.
Back in Greensboro and back to the B here, men's 200-meter freestyle B final. And a look at this group, including Kai Winkler, 16-year-old from Eagle Aquatics in Florida in lane 3. What a pair of relay golds at the Junior Pan Packs with Team USA this summer in Hawaii, and silver individually in the 50 free.
This kid's going to be good. I mean, he has had a really good short course yard season thus far. Already been 42 plus in the 100-yard freestyle. Very tall, lengthy, right there in lane number 3. He's got that same sort of build as another youngster David Popovic from Romania, who has the fastest time in the world this year, 1:42.9. Reminds me a little bit of him.
Chris Giuliano of Notre Dame won the B final in the 50 free and showing that early speed here in the 200 free B final. Mark Ceranic was 5th in the 200 IM at this meet. The British veteran representing Gator Swim Club, the elder statesman in this race at age 27 in lane 6. And he's got the lead here by a 10th. Ivan Karakin from Triton's Aquatic Club, UC San Diego, right now second best.
Got to break 150 to make trials cuts. 1:49.99. Boy, that's fast to me. I mean, I broke the world record in the 200 freestyle on just under 1:49. The world record was 1:50.2. Got to break 50 just to make the cut. Of course, that was a couple of years ago that I did.
Nobody slows down, not when you've got these youngsters continuing to get faster and faster. Right now, Oscar Lindholm, 21-year-old from Sweden, swims at Florida, trying to give chase in lane 2. Winkler in lane 3, and at the wall,
How about
it is Winkler out-touching Noah Bowers, who had a phenomenal race for Wolfpack Elite there in second in lane number 5. Winkler just off his personal best by about 2/10.
Yeah, I think there are 30-something swimmers in the 200 freestyle. He is the youngest of all 30 swimmers in the 200 freestyle. And usually when you get to these sprints, and I'm talking 50 through 200, it's for big boys and much older boys. And this kid was the youngest by far in the field, and he wins this with just off his best time.
Bowers there in second, and Karakin does lower his personal best by about 2/10, coming home in third. Here comes the field of 8 for the men's 200-meter freestyle final. Paul Biederman still holding down the world record from 2009. Michael Phelps, the American record, going back to the Beijing Olympics. There you see Jake Mitchell, Olympic finalist in the 400 free in Tokyo, finished third in that event here at the Toyota US Open. Top time in the prelims here for Mitchell by about a half second. Dennis Loktev, Louisville swimmer, national record holder for Israel. The 22-year-old will be in lane 1. Vinicius Assunção from Brazil. He'll be in lane number 2, another 22-year-old. Zane Grothe, 30-year-old from the United States, been on a couple of world teams for the United States in distance events. 4th in the 400 free here, 5th in the 800 free already at this meet. There's Mitchell, again representing the Florida Gators in lane number 4. Jerome Costa, world bronze medalist in the 400 free this year in Budapest. Already won the 400 and 800 frees here. Another chance at gold in the 200. Alfonso Mestre, representing Venezuela, swimmer at Florida, second to Costa in the 400 and 800 frees already here at this meet. James Cope from Australia, 24-year-old there in lane 7. And Wen Zhang swims for the Air Force Academy in Colorado. He'll be there in lane number 8. And Rowdy, when you talk of Costa, you mentioned his wins here in the 400 and the 800. Get a distance guy, especially maybe a middle distance guy, going a personal best here in the heats. Here in the 200 free this morning.
The only person to swim a PB other than Coke from Australia up there in 7. Now, great international contingent in this race. 5 different countries represented here in the men's 200 freestyle. Certainly the elder statesman as well. Nobody under 20 years of age. Mitchell's the youngest at 20 himself, the top qualifier, and he has moved down there with Anthony Nesty and that great group of sprinters and middle distance and distance freestylers, and he's out quick at the 50.
Mitchell in the lead. Loktev in lane number 1 from Louisville. Churning right now on the outside, trying to overtake Mitchell for the top spot.
I think it's important for him to get a good lead on that guy right there. Costa will come back on this entire field. He doesn't have the speed of pretty much anybody. I mean, Costa, remember, he finished first in the 8-400. He's 8th at the 100. He is the dead last, but he'll come charging home. Jake Mitchell's going to build a huge lead on him, and for that matter, the rest of the field.
Jake Mitchell still in control of the affairs right here in the men's 200-meter freestyle final. And he'll have a nice lead headed towards home by over a second.
Yeah, and Costa didn't really show anything there. He's still 8th at the 150. Jake Mitchell, 27.5, still the quickest 50, even on that third 50. And you can see the space that he has built between himself and everybody else. The only other person that might have a shot is Grothy, but no way, not happening.
Zane Grothy in a battle there for second, but the win will go to Jake Mitchell convincingly here. Grothy does get in there for second, out-touching Costa, who ends up third.
Costa just waited too long to make his charge. Not that it would have mattered, because he finished a full second behind Jake Mitchell, and I think Jake will really like that. There's Mitchell on the left, Costa with that Brazilian cap right there on the right-hand side of your screen, and then Mitchell just charged out. I guarantee he's gonna like what he saw there tonight. From the clock perspective, from the win perspective, you put the whole thing together. 147.3. He's only 0.4 of a second off his lifetime best, coming in here at the end of the year, charging on against a great field, a stellar field. A few Olympians in there, guys that have been 146 plus. He's got to like that.
So the Olympic finalist in the 400 free in Tokyo, Toyota U.S. Open champion here in Greensboro in the 200 free. Again, controlling the race en route to the victory, and he's ready to chat about it with Kira.
All right, Jake, Rowdy just said he thinks that you are going to like what you saw. How would you describe this race?
I think it was a pretty good swim. I thought I could get close to my best time, and I did. I just wanted to be out fast and trying to finish pretty well, so I was pretty happy with that.
Speaking of being happy, this has been a bit of a reset year for you. You joined the Gators. Just how much does it mean to you to be able to end the year on this high note?
I think it's awesome. Definitely getting a lot of confidence in my swimming, and surrounded by incredible athletes every single day. So they definitely help me to push me every day.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Jake Mitchell victorious, able to put the goggles up and relax after a job well done and the victory.
We now direct your attention to the awards podium for the victory ceremony in the men's 200 freestyle. Presenting the awards once again, the event coordinator for the Greensboro Aquatic Center, Angel Morrison. Bronze medalist from Brazil, Guilherme Costa. Silver medalist from Boulder City, Henderson Heat, Zane Grothy. gold medalist and U.S. Open champion in time of 1:47.38 from the University of Florida, Jake Mitchell. Congratulations, swimmers. We'll also recognize that Kai Winkler, the winner of the B final from Eagle Aquatics, is your 18 and under U.S. Open champion.
More action coming from the Toyota U.S. Open in the women's 100-meter breaststroke. The B final, well, featuring some SEC folks. You've got Auburn in the mix, Tennessee. Also, you've got North Carolina, Skylar Smith there in lane number 6. A ton of collegians in this group here out.
And Makarova in lane number 4 just missed making the A final. 3/100ths of a second off of 8th place right there with that AU cap right in the middle of the pool. And you mentioned Skylar Smith. She's really taking it out quickly here in the prelims. She was out quick in the prelims the first 50. Wasn't able to hang on to squeeze into those finals. But again, showing that early speed, about 0.4 of a second faster just on that 50 alone from the prelims.
Top of your screen in lane 8, Katja Pavasevich, the Canadian, swims for Triton's Aquatic Club there in California at UC San Diego. Had herself a good beginning, but right now, Niamh Coyne of Ireland racing strong there, the 21-year-old in lane 5, trying to pass Smith. Coyne looking to hang on, Smith looking to battle back. Well, the Irish swimmer will take the victory here in the B final.
Great second half for Coyne, faster than anybody else in the field. 36.7 on the way home.
Nice swim for Coyne. Smith there in second, just a 10th off her personal best, and Pavasevich there with a new personal best for her by about 0.6. On the pool deck they come here, the women's 100-meter breaststroke final. Lily King, still the world and American record holder. Mona McCharley, past junior world champion of this event, Tokyo Olympic finalist for Ireland as well. 4th at the NCAAs in the 100-yard breaststroke. SEC champion for Tennessee. And continuing to make great strides, comes in as the top qualifier here in this 100 breaststroke final. Ashley Oberacker from New South Wales Swim Club there in Australia will be in lane number 1. Livia Anderson from Aquajet's swim team there in lane 2. Miranda Tucker, 4th in the 200 IM. Great breaststroker in her college career, NCAA runner-up at one point. And McSharry best in the prelims by about a half second. Kaylin Gridley, freshman from Duke, second quick in the heats for the 18-year-old. She's in lane 5. Ana Vieira from Brazil, an Olympian for her nation, 21-year-old. They're in lane 6. Lane 7, that's where we'll find Grace Rainey from SwimMac Carolina, Florida recruit. She's 18 years of age, and Hannah Bach, defending race champion from the U.S. Open last year. Her representing Ohio State in lane number 8. And Gridley just off her personal best in the heats. And now she'll get to measure herself, Rowdy, against an Olympic finalist in Mona McSharry right next door.
It's been a strange year for the 100 breaststroke on the women's side. It's not as bad as the crypto collapse this year, but boy, it came crashing down to earth. I mean, 105.93 won the world title this year. That would have been 5th at the Olympics just a year earlier. Heck, that would have been 5th at the Olympic trials for the United States last summer in 2021. So I don't know what happened this year in the 100 breaststroke, but the times were not good. The races were great. We called a couple great races at World, but times, the clock, it was not very good.
Benedetta Pilato, the young Italian, able to take that world title. McSharry right now with the advantage, but Miranda Tucker giving chase alongside for the 25-year-old.
Yeah, Tucker comes in with a best time of 107.2, so this is really good for her to be pushed along to go a really quick time. Not sure she's going to be able to go a best time, but still pretty quick going out.
Now McSharry so strong in this event, and she will work her way to the wall first to take the title here at the Toyota US Open. 107.06 the time for McSharry. Second place there for Gridley, who equals her personal best.
35.5. I mean, she's quickest going out, quickest coming back. One of the big reasons why Ireland won that medley relay earlier in the meet was because of that spectacular breaststroke leg, and she's doing it right here in the individual event. She's done it for Tennessee, the Volunteers for so many years, and now she's doing it right here for her country as she gets a jump start for Paris in 2024, right here with a big victory at 107 flat. Just miss breaking 107. Off her best time, but she's got to be happy with that. Big win for her.
Here's Kira.
All right, Mona, you just told me you are very happy with that. You've got a lot of support here as well from the Tennessee squad. It's been a great meet for you so far. How would you describe this race?
It was really great. You know, I wanted to go out hard and see if I could hold it coming home, and it just shows that training is working right now, and I'm glad that we were able to throw down a 107 low. Was great.
Well, you've got Ireland supporting you and Tennessee supporting you as well. What is the training support group like at Tennessee?
Oh, it's amazing. It's the best training, personally, I would say. It's great, you know, we push each other every day. We're really competitive, and we all love each other, and, you know, there's no better environment to try and get better in.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Volunteers loud and proud here in Greensboro as McSharry picks up another win. There you see the numbers for her, liking that 107 low en route to the victory. Gridley, Vieira, Tucker rounding out the top 4. Well, the Irish woman making a home there in volunteer country in Tennessee.
We'll now present the awards for the women's 100 breaststroke. To present the awards, please welcome the immediate past chair of the USA Swimming Board of Directors, Bob Vincent. Bronze medalist representing Brazil, Ana Carolina Vieira. silver medalist and 18 and under U.S. Open champion from Duke University, Kaylin Gridley. Gold medalist and U.S. Open champion in a 107.06 from Ireland, Mona McSharry. Congratulations, swimmers.
How about the men's 100 breaststroke B final, including AJ Pouch from Virginia Tech, finalist in this race at both the U.S. Nationals last summer and the International Team Trials, which were held here in Greensboro last April. Julio Jorrego represents Honduras internationally from South Florida Aquatic Club. Another guy with a pretty good pedigree in lane 6.
102.1 trial cuts. Good strong contingent from the international side of things. Indian swimmer Prima right there in lane 5. Alain Bear, who swims at the University of Evansville, and of course Israel, who has had really a great couple of years of swimming now, led by David Marsh and many other great coaches.
Brian Benzing out of Towson University in Maryland. He's swimming strong right now. Keith Prima from India and the University of Indianapolis in lane 5, battling him hard. And here comes Pouch trying to ramp it up. Alexander Sanchez, too, at Aggie Swim Club in lane 2, looking good.
Boy, it is. Look at this, Jason. Good luck calling the last 10 meters of this one.
Angus Menzies from Australia down in lane number 1 may sneak in there. He will, to take the win, coming hard on the outside, victorious by about 3.5 tenths. Pouch rallying for second.
Yeah, Menzies way down there at the bottom. His best time, 103.1 coming in, and you know, give credit to Australia. They've had some really solid swims. We saw Koch earlier, and now Menzies way down. You can barely see him down there at the bottom of your screen, just laying out on that last stroke.
So Menzies, again, blasting home from lane 1 to be number 1 in the B final in the men's 100 breaststroke. Then it's Pouch, Sanchez, and Benzing in a tie for 4th with Prima. Men's 100 breaststroke final. Adam Peaty still with that mind-bending 56.88 from the Worlds in 2019 to set that standard. Reed Makuta swims at Auburn collegiately, grew up in Greensboro, came back home, won this race here at the U.S. Open last year, and back maybe pointing towards a repeat performance. 3rd quick in the heats for the 21-year-old Auburn Tiger. Michael Hooley from the University of Tennessee, 2019 World University Games silver medalist in the 50 breaststroke. He'll be in lane 1. Mitch Mason from Tiger Aquatics Swim Club there in Louisiana, down LSU way. He'll be in lane 2. There's Makuta, finalist in this race at the U.S. Nationals this summer as well. Alexis Savickas, the Lithuanian, swims at Florida, European junior silver medalist in this race last year. Top time in the heats by over a second. Lubomir Petripov from Tennessee, Bulgarian national record holder. Brandon Fisher at age 33, still chugging along. 3rd at the U.S. Open last year, 4th quick in the heats this time around. Raphael Windmuller from the University of Florida, the Brazilian there in lane 7. And Derek Green from Ireland will be in lane number 8. Rowdy, nobody breaking a minute in prelims, and only one guy's ever done it before. And it's this guy, the old guy, Brandon Fisher, who keeps going faster and faster as the years go by.
Yeah, still going at it at 33. There are some guys there that have been very quick. A couple of others under a minute, but you know what? This is a really good race.
Yeah, let me fix that. Derek Green from Ireland has gone under a minute, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Fisher
at 33.
Still finding ways to gain speed.
I get it, no doubt about it. And Green's getting up there. He's way up there in lane number 8. He's 27. This is a veteran-like field. Only 2 guys under 20 in this group.
Cooley down in lane 1. Strong start. Green top of the picture. Lane 8. Those 2 with Savickas right now in the podium positions at the halfway point.
Savickas went 005 this morning. That was well ahead of anybody else in the field. So you had a feeling he was going to have a good one tonight. He was a full second ahead of anybody in the field. You see Makuta, the defending champion, trying to get into position to make something happen, but this is all Savickas.
Now the 19-year-old from Lithuania representing the Florida Gators gets it done. Minute .54 seconds, a new personal best for him by 100th of a second. He'll take it and the win here at Toyota US Open. Petrapov there second, Makuta, who won it last year, third.
PB is a PB. No other way to look at it. The best time is what you try to strive for each and every time you dive in the water. Savickas solid off the start. You can see him on the left, Petrapov on the right. He charged out first, 28.2 going out, and that speed paid off for him in a big way. Hooley down at the bottom in lane number 1 was out quick with him, but couldn't hang on at the end. And the guy that's chasing that minute barrier, that's still, even today, that's still a magical barrier to get under. He's close, 005.
And our winner is hanging out with Kira.
All right, Alexis, a new personal best for you. Just describe how you were able to get this done tonight.
I mean, the goal for me was to just clean up my morning race, and I think I managed to do that quite well, so I'm happy with the swim.
Yeah, you certainly did. You're a freshman at Florida. How has your first fall been with Florida?
It's really like interesting. Just a lot of guys in the team. It's a good atmosphere to train in. It's really fun. So I think the main part of it is like just having so much fun in practice, and that translates well into competition. So.
And fun for us to watch you in competition. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice win for Savickas. A look at the time. Victory for him by 4/10. And Makuta, who won it last year, comes home in third in just a few hundredths off his personal best time. More action to come here from the Toyota US Open. Latest winner, Savickas from Florida.
Happened in this stadium. Yeah. Don't tell Peyton. Wow. This feels massive to have a swim meet here. Kind of crazy thinking that they hosted the Super Bowl here not that long ago, and now we're having Olympic trials. I know. Super Bowl. It's pretty massive. Final Four, concerts. I mean, this is gonna be amazing to have swim meet here. It feels really big in here. What? This is super cool, but we still have to make the team. Yes, so true. But so excited for everyone to be here and experience what we are experiencing right now in 2024.
gold medalist and U.S. Open champion, University of Florida, Alexis Savikas.
That group there in the 100 breaststroke, including Alexis Savikas, Reed McCuna, and everybody else earning honors in that race. Time now for B final action of the women's 100-meter backstroke, including Gabby Duluth, world relay silver medalist with Team USA at the 2019 Worlds. She'll be in lane number 4. Got a 15-year-old in this race too, Rowdy, in lane 2, Sylvia Roy from Mount Lebanon Aquatic Club in Pennsylvania.
This is the one race that I've been looking forward to all night long. Along with McIntosh in that 400 IM, this is the one that I just kept my eye on. I just have a feeling Reagan Smith in the A final, along with Catherine Burkhoff, 2 of the 10 fastest swimmers in the world this year.
That's coming up in the 8th final. Right now, the lead here for Danielle Hill, another Irish swimmer competing here at the Toyota US Open in lane 6. 15-year-old Roy, they're in lane 2. Looking strong, that blue calf with the gold lettering.
Yeah, this is a very tight field. I like Tess Halley up there in lane number 7 as well. She's looking strong.
Another teenager from Long Island Aquatic Club in New York. Abby Webb of Australia, though, watching the win come for Gabby Duluth, now wearing volunteer colors, able to sneak in there and take the win by 2/10 over Roy. Howley in 3rd.
Well, Duluth has come in with a lot of experience, obviously, 26 years of age. She's been in a situation like this time and time again, and good win for her.
So Gabby Duluth victorious. Sylvia Roy, the oldest and youngest performer in this race, go 1-2.
Please welcome the U.S. Open finals, Sydney Women's 100 backstroke.
Women's 100-meter backstroke final. Kayla McEwen, Australia, the world record holder. Reagan Smith has the American record. Reagan Smith also has the world title from this year in the 100 back this summer in Budapest. And maybe took the sting out of, well, not getting things done and making the world team in the 200 back, where she's the world record holder in that race. Smith already winning the 200 IM of the 100 fly here at this meet. Emma Atkinson out of Virginia Tech. She'll be racing in lane number 1. Leah Shackley from Blair Regional YMCA in Pennsylvania, the 16-year-old with a new personal best in the heats to make this final. Josephine Fuller, 19 years of age from Tennessee, 6th in the 200 IM at this meet. She'll be in lane 3. And besides that world title in this event this year, Reagan Smith took Olympic bronze in this race as well in Tokyo. Best in heats by about a second for Smith, who's in lane 4. Catherine Burkhoff, world silver medalist in the 50 back this summer. She was 2nd of the heats. She'll be in lane 5. And then it's Erica Pelaez, who's having a great meet here in Greensboro, the 16-year-old from Eagle Aquatics in Florida, 2nd of the 50 free, 4th in the 100 fly. Caroline Benz from Virginia Tech at age 20 will be in lane 7. And Rai Goulet from Cardinal Aquatics there in lane number 8. Catherine Burkhoff talked about that world silver in the 50 back this summer. 2-time NCAA champion of the 100-yard backstroke for NC State. Can't battle in college anymore with Reagan Smith, who turned pro and moved her training base from Stanford to Arizona State, but they can battle here for this U.S. Open crowd.
And it could shape up to be a good one, even though I think Reagan Smith, the way she's swimming right now, this is her race. Looks so good earlier in the 100 butterfly, obviously the 200 IM, and this might be her best event here in Greensboro, chasing a time that might be faster than she won the world title in. She went the world title time of 58.22, just 58.6 this morning. Look at the speed she has, Jason. Wow, look at that. 28.3 on the feet.
Reagan rocket right now, rolling here in the 100 back in the early stages. Look at that advantage here in this sprint. Can anybody close the gap? Fuller trying hard in lane number 3. Burkhoff there in lane number 5. Remember, she's the world silver medalist in the 50 back, but Smith had a big advantage over her and everybody else routing the field here. The women's 100 back in Greensboro. New meet record here in this championship for Reagan Smith. 57.95 seconds. Just about 4/10 off her personal best.
4/10 off her personal best, Jason, and over 2/10 faster than her time that she won the gold medal in at the World Championship. Wow, what a swim. And what a meet that Reagan Smith has had here to end the year in Greensboro. Great start to kick things off. You talked about her underwaters a little while ago in the 100 butterfly. You know what she's capable of there. And then the spin, the tempo that she has going to the wall. But she's not slipping at all. She's consistently grabbing that water, then pops up right at that 15-meter mark. A full body length lead at the field here. Still kind of managing things, falling apart a little bit at the end, but still gets under 58. You take away her 57.5, which is the second fastest time in the world this year, it's still the 4th fastest time in the world. It's just a great swim by Reagan Smith.
Well, the world champ on form here in Greensboro, bettering her time from that victorious swim in Budapest to take the title in Greensboro, and Reagan is with Kira.
All right, Reagan, busy night for you, just swimming a double and setting a meet record. How were you able to dig deep for the energy to put on the performance you did tonight?
This is definitely what I've been training for. You know, Bob's worked me really hard this fall, and I came into this meet knowing that, you know, I have a good training base behind me, and I just wanted to go out and have fun with it and know that I'm, you know, capable of completing these tough doubles. It was a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of that training, based on what you've seen over the last few days, you know, what are your results showing you?
It's just showing me that I think I really made a really great decision going in training under Bob. I'm so happy, which I think is the most important thing. Just, you know, having a good time, enjoying training, enjoying the weather out there, enjoying my new apartment. I'm just loving life so much.
Well, we're very happy you're happy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Working with Bob Bowman and the crew at Arizona State, seeming to fit Reagan Smith right now. Her 3rd Toyota U.S. Open victory here in Greensboro, the latest coming in the women's 100-meter backstroke.
We direct your attention now to the awards podium for the victory ceremony in the women's 100 backstroke. Presenting the awards, please welcome the event manager for the Greensboro Aquatic Center, Andrew Demas. Bronze medalist, University of Tennessee, Josephine Fuller. Silver medalist, North Carolina State University, Catherine Burkhoff. Gold medalist, U.S. Open champion with a new U.S. Open meet record time of 57.95, the 15th fastest performance all time.
The Toyota US Open, brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy, proud sponsor of USA Swimming. 30 extraordinary hotel brands, endless experiences. Discover more today at MarriottBonvoy.com.
Leah Shackley,
By USA Swimming Fan Shop. Don't forget to check out fanshop.usaswimming.org for the latest USA Swimming gear, a Fanatics experience. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Continuing at the Toyota US Open. These championships ready for more B final action. The men's 100-meter backstroke, including the world bronze medalist in this race, world silver in the 50 back, Hunter Armstrong. Set the 50 back world record here at the International Team Trials in this pool last April. Missed the A final, Rowdy, by 0.02 of a second.
Yeah, you cannot rest on your laurels anywhere if you're swimming in the United States. It's just there are too many great swimmers, and just maybe took a little bit of an edge off in the morning, which cost him a spot here in the finals.
Armstrong now training at Cal. He's in lane 4. Nicholas Garcia from Spain, from Virginia Tech, they're in lane 3. Right now, lane 1, Jacob Volacek looking pretty good. He's got the lead.
Yeah, you got to remember that Hunter Armstrong, even though he's swimming in the B final, he'll be on that World Championship team. So he's in a completely different phase of his training. So you didn't expect a lot here. He'll be rested and shaved and ready to go when we get to Melbourne, but he's looking pretty good right here this second 50.
Kind of likes this pool, you think, after that 50 back world record here last spring, and checks in with the B final victory, as you might expect. 53.61, and beats everybody by about 2 seconds. You've got Nate Germanprey from Inspire Swim Team in Nebraska, second best.
He's 26.6 going out, 26.9 coming home. How about that? That's with a start going out in 26.6. So really, he was faster his second 50 than he was his first 50. And you know, it's just a little bit of experimenting going along, getting ready for Melbourne.
Hunter Armstrong, again, atop the standings in a race, but here in Greensboro, it is the B final. Here comes the field of the men's 100-meter backstroke final. Ryan Murphy, American record holder. Well, he lost his world record earlier this summer. Daniel Deal, who just turned 17 with a new personal best in the prelims. And he broke Ryan Murphy's 17-18 age group record here for the United States in this event. So that's a pretty good accolade for this young performer from YMCA of Cumberland in Maryland. He's the top qualifier. Jack Aikens, third at the U.S. Nationals in this race last summer, and the U.S. National champ of the 200 back. He'll be in lane number 1 here. Forrest Webb from Virginia Tech, giving a wave to the crowd. He's in lane number 2. Tommy Jansen of Notre Dame, 18-year-old, in lane number 3. There's Deal. Again, looking good in the heats by about a second and a half. Had the best time. Dejelis Makrogiannis, who won this event last year representing Trojan Swim Club, native of Greece, there in lane 5. Aiden Stoffel from Auburn, he'll be in lane number 6. From Queen's University in Charlotte, Alexander Botch there in lane 7. And Yuri Kosian from Kenyon in Ohio, Division III school. He was the D3 NCAA runner-up in this race last year. 20-year-old there in lane number 8.
It's a good field, Jason. Coached by my buddy Jeff Dugdale, but I think when it comes down to it, even though this guy won the U.S. Open a year ago, this is all this young 17-year-old kid, Daniel Deal. I think he is the real deal. No pun intended. Watch him in lane number 4.
Take your mark.
A lot of people have been talking about him for the last couple of years, and he showed that glimpse of greatness by going a best time in the morning in the prelims, youngest in the field by far.
Deal in lane 4. Again, he just turned 17 in late October and thundering his way here to the wall at the halfway point in the 100 back in the lead by over 3/10 against the defending event champion.
Yeah, he's swimming it a little different than he did in the prelims. He actually went out a little slower, 26 flat versus 25.8. So he should have a much better back half. He'll have a lot left, especially in those legs. There he goes now, taking off that second 50.
Dr. Giannis not able to gain any ground, and the 17-year-old looking strong here en route to gold at the U.S. Open, and another quality swim for Daniel Deal at a new personal best, taking 400ths off his prelim time, 53.07 for the 17-year-old teenage sensation.
Just missed cracking top 10 in the world. Remember, the United States has 4 of the 8 top times in the world this year with Murph and Armstrong, Shane Casas, Justin Rest. He almost broken it. It took a 52.9. I thought he was going to go under 53 tonight. I really did, but he was oh so close. He goes at best time. He's out 26 flat, Jason, at the feet. He comes back in 27 flat, basically even splitting this race. He's going to have a great 200 backstroke, great speed, great endurance. This could be the next great American backstroker, and they have had a lot.
Add another name onto that long list potentially if Daniel Deal can continue to have swims like this. Wins by over 1 second, and the 17-year-old is with Kira.
All right, Daniel, the personal best you set this morning is old news. You've got a new personal best after this race, and you set the age group record for 17-18. Ryan Murphy used to have that record for 9 years. Describe how you've been able to swim the way that you have at this meet.
Well, this was a focus meet for a while, so yeah, I'm just excited to be here.
What was going through your mind there in the last 50?
Kick very hard, try not to lose.
Good things to have in mind, and you're just 17 years old, so what are your goals for next year?
52.53, that's the world junior record, so that's what I'm looking for.
All right, well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Has his goals laid out for him, and Rowdy, he's the last name on this impressive list of winners here in this latest edition tonight from the Toyota US Open.
Yeah, and if you look at the list, I mean, it really is the most unknown name, but certainly one that's going to be watching for years to come. Being only 17 years of age, we kicked it off with another youngster, 16-year-old Summer McIntosh, and along the way, we had a GOAT there in the middle with Katie Ledecky.
champion and 18 and under U.S. Open champion from the Cumberland YMCA, Daniel Deal. Congratulations, swimmers. We go back to the pool now for our C finals. We'll go back to the top of the order and start with the women's 400 individual medley C final. C final underway. Lane number 1, TSM Aquatics Mateo Socolo. Lane 2, Scarlet Aquatics Kate Hurst. In 4, Ginevra Molino unattached. Lane 5, Nepean Canada Barracudas Julie Brousseau. 6, Mission Viejo Taylor McCoy. 7, Tennessee Aquatics Kristen Romano. And 8, Florida International Nicole Franco Rodriguez. Julie Brousseau leading the way from lane 5. Brousseau well in front from the Nepean Canada Barracudas. Final 50 now for Brousseau, currently in second spot. Turning onto the final 50 is Kate Hurst, just ahead of Ginevra Molino. Julie Brousseau was a 4:58.53 this morning, going to be well under that tonight to win the C final in 4:51.45. Second will be Kate Hurst, touching in a final time of 4:56.26, and Ginevra Molino 4:57.92 third. Next event will be the C final, the men's 400 individual medley C final. Lane 1, Rockville Montgomery, Toby Barnett. Lane 2, Scarlet Aquatics, Eric Lee. Also from Scarlet in lane 3, Richard Poplowski. Lane 4, North Carolina State University, Kyle Ponsler. In 5, University of Kentucky, Levi Satadich. Lane 6, Swim Mac Carolina, Ben Delmar. 7, Swim Ireland, Jack Casson. And lane 8, Swim Mac Carolina, Norvin Klontz III. Kyle Ponsler in front from NC State by 4/100ths over Eric Lee. .100 to go. It's still going to be Ponsler in lane number 4 ahead of Eric Lee. 3:24.26 for Ponsler. Third right now, Levi Sandage in lane 5. Poplawski trying to move up from lane number 3, currently in 4th spot. Poplawski up challenging for 2nd now. As Kyle Ponsler will touch the wall first, winning the C final in 4:25.21 ahead of Richard Poplawski. Great last 100, 4:26.34 in 3rd. Eric Lee, 4:26.88. Our next event will be the C final in the women's 100 butterfly. C final 100 fly. Top time in the C final, 1:00.21. Andrew Sansores, University of Arkansas. Next up, the men's 100 butterfly C final. Justin Wong leading the way from lane number 4. (54.26). Justin Wong touching first in lane 4. C final next in the women's 200 freestyle. Megan Barnes leads the way in lane number 5, turning here at the 100 in a time of 59.49. Barnes this morning was a 2:03.58, just behind her teammate from LSU of Katarina Miltinovic. Megan Barnes having a good swim in lane number 5 of the C final. Trying to improve on her time of 2:03.58 this morning. She'll touch in a final time of 2:02.08 to win the C final. Next up will be our C final in the men's 200 freestyle. .53.53, Jorge Iga in front from lane number 3. .122.28, Jorge Iga still leads from lane 3. Coming back on this final 50, Michael Eastman, as well as lane 4, Dylan Felt, and they'll touch 1-2 Eastman at 150.99. Our next event will be the C final, women's 100 breaststroke. Current club team scores up to and including the A and B finals contested tonight here on day number 3. On the women's side, In 10th with 44.5 points, Eagle Aquatics. In 9th, Long Island Aquatic Club, 58.5. A tie for 7th, Gator Swim Club and Sun Devil Swimming at 60. Nation's Capital is 6th, 61.5. Cougar Aquatics at 71 in 5th. Swim Mac Carolina in 4th at 73. Brazil is 3rd, 75. Swim Ireland 2nd, 99.5. And the Sarasota Sharks lead the way, 138 points. On the men's side, 10th is Aggie with 24. TSM in 9th at 34. Cumberland YMCA is in 8th, 36 points. Sun Devil Swimming in 7th at 40. 46 for Boulder City and Swim Ireland tied at 5th. Cardinal Aquatics 4th at 51. Swim Mac Carolina 3rd, 83. New South Wales is 2nd, and Brazil leads the way with 161 points. Rachel Bernhardt winning the C final 109.04. C final next in the men's 100 breaststroke. The combined team scores now for club up to and including the end of today. In 10th, Eagle Aquatics 53.5. Long Island Aquatics in 9th at 71.5. Gator Swim Club 8th, 77. Nation's Capital in 7th with 83.5. 6th is Sun Devil Swimming 100 points. 5th, Sarasota Sharks 144. Swim Ireland in 4th, 145.5. New South Wales in 3rd, 147. Swim Mac Carolina in 2nd at 156. And leading the way by 80 points is Brazil at 236. Top time in the C final, the men's 100 breaststroke will be a 102.88. Sebastian Baum in lane number 5. Liam Henry, who finished in 5th place in that C final, is your 18 and under U.S. Open champion in the 100 breaststroke. Correction on that, sorry, Jen Gardner moving up in from the alternate spot into lane 8 and finishing in 3rd in that C final is your 18 and under U.S. Open champion in the 100 breaststroke. Women's 100 backstroke, C final. Sarah Rodriguez leads the way from lane number 1 in the Wayne YMCA Blue Streaks. Zuri Ferguson in lane number 4 will touch in 102.48 to win the C final women's 100 back. Our final event of the night will be the C final in the men's 100 backstroke. Your top seed in 4 is Diego Camacho from Brigham Young University, 56.98 this morning. Leading the way at the 50 is going to be lane number 2, 26.99 for Jordi Dragilovic of Kenyan. Ian Venter moving well in 7 as they come to the finish in the C final. Top time at the wall will be a 56.70. Diego Camacho touching first ahead of Sam Lawrence, and third to lane number 3, Manoli Montanakis of Long Island Aquatic Club. That concludes our session here on day number 3 of the 2022 Toyota U.S. Open Championships. Thank you for joining us here at the Greensboro Aquatic Center. Enjoy your evening in the Greensboro area, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for the 4th and final day of competition at the U.S. Open Championships. For the information of our athletes, the competition pool is closed and not available for warm down. Please use the diving well or the warm down pool. See everyone back here tomorrow for the 4th and final day. Prelim session, our heat's getting underway at 9 a.m. Finals tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow.